Opportunity.
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 A set of circumstances
that makes it possible.
That makes it possible
To do something.
To do something.
To do something.
the opportunity that they created for us to be able to play and compete at the highest level and try to beat the best players in the world and build a life off of that.
Having the opportunity to show what we're capable of, it really shows that there are a lot of players who can play at a high level and who are trying to play at a high level.
It's just very important to know that we are out here, we want a chance to try and compete, we want to have a chance to play with the best players. Having a tournament like this, you really just have to maximize and capitalize the opportunity.
Just a chance to play, a chance to pursue your dream, to make a dream come true. This is that opportunity, that first step to make that happen.
Opportunity.
Opportunity. Opportunity.
Opportunity.
Just giving people a chance, really looking at us as great golfers.
Now in its fifth year, the John Shippen was originally established to identify historical barriers and to expand upon Black representation in the sport of golf. The tournament offering emerging Black professionals and amateurs in both the men's and women's games the opportunity to compete for exemptions to LPGA and PGA Tour events.
For a tournament like the John Shippen to be put together, for us to all come together, compete against each other, and show that we can play some very good golf is extremely crazy experience.
Be able to play on a stage like this, get that notoriety, get that exposure, get more people asking the question of, oh, John Shippen, who's that? What is that? To be able to show off how good our talent is and also what it means for the community.
Founded in 2021, the tournament is named for John Shippen, the first American-born golf professional and also the country's first Black golf professional.
Not too many people know who John Shippen was, so for us to celebrate his legacy and what he did for the game of golf is huge.
Shippen finished 21st at the second U.S. Open in 1896 at Shinnecock Hills Golf Club and would play in 5 U.S. Opens from 1896 to 1913.
I've always thought it was a great spotlight for Black golf and shining a light on it. This really gives a pedestal for giving us an opportunity. When you have people supporting you, it just amplifies you and makes you want to play even better.
Obviously, we're all playing for that exemption of being a PGA Tour event, but it's even bigger than that. Having all these people come together to have a tournament such as this that is representative of John Shippen, it's a big deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first round of the 2025 John Shippen National Invitational, presented by Dow.
The fifth playing of the John Shippen National Invitational, presented by Dow, finds itself in Detroit at famed Plum Hollow Country Club. The venerable course welcomes 10 of the top Black women professional and amateur golfers in the world, all with hopes of winning the 2-day event and 2 coveted LPGA exemptions. 29-year-old Lakarabi Abe has spent the better part of her professional career on the Epson Tour and comes to Detroit off of her best start ever on that tour with a tie for 5th. Abe won the 2022 John Shippen Shootout presented by Cognizant to earn an exemption to play in an LPGA event. And then last June, joined Shippen alum and 2024 champion Georgia Obo to finish 8th at the Dow Championship. And with birdies on 3 of her first 4 holes, Abe takes an early lead. On the other side of the spectrum is 16-year-old Ashley Shaw. Shaw won the 2024 John Shippen Cognizant Cup to also earn an exemption to play at the Cognizant Founders Cup.
I definitely want to thank my parents and specifically my mom. She's my coach, and she's with me every single step of the way.
And with her mother Sylvia on her bag yet again, Shaw too gets off to a strong start. A birdie at the par 4 6th, and she is in good position heading into the back 9. Just a month ago, Bailey Davis was graduating from the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, I feel really good about where I am and where my game is right now. I've really been trying to stay committed to the process. You know, the end result is the end result and we'll get there eventually. But just trying to focus on one shot at a time, try to hit as many fairways and greens as I can to give myself as many opportunities, you know, limit the mistakes and just try to stay mentally present.
In round one, Davis was certainly in the present. A 5-hole stretch with 4 birdies catapulted her into the lead as Plum Hollow continued to prove its mettle. Davis's opening round 3-under par 68 was good for a 4-shot lead over Abe and Shaw, who both finished with 1-over 72s.
That's a good position for me to be in. Bailey's she's doing pretty good out there today, so I'm definitely excited for tomorrow, and I want to play my best golf and give myself the best chance to win.
3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 5, 4, 68.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Not trying to do anything crazy, not thinking about what's to come, sticking with my same game plan, and just gonna chill, maybe take a nap, grab some food, just enjoy my time with my mom.
The John Shippen Invitational is presented by Rocket, Own the Dream, and by Dow, national partner of the John Shippen.
Welcome back to the John Shippen, presented by Rocket. It has been a match made in golfing heaven. Detroit, Rocket, and the John Shippen National Invitational.
When they first started this event in 2019, they were trying to find creative ways to make sure that the community was seen.
For 5 years now, the John Shippen National Invitational, presented by Rocket, has been played at the Detroit Golf Club days before the PGA Tour's Rocket Classic. The winner given the chance to then compete alongside the world's best, offering some of the country's top black men's golfers an opportunity of a lifetime.
For them to say, let's use this exemption to do something creative. Rocket was the one that was like, okay, we can use this and let's do it for the John Shippen. We hope that we are continue to just celebrate these names, encourage and empower these golfers to want to keep doing this. That's the only reason why we're all here, is because somebody literally believed in us and supported us to get to where we are.
The first round of the John Shippen Men's Invitational, presented by Rocket, is anything but easy. 16 players vying for one coveted spot in the Rocket Classic.
Morning.
The Donald Ross design of the North Course at Detroit Golf Club is a test unto itself. Mix in an almost 2-hour weather delay, a severe heat advisory, and some strong winds, and you have the perfect recipe for a 36-hole sprint.
Another day to go play golf, have a good time, so it'll be fun.
The elite field is led by 2 former champions, 2023 winner Chase Johnson and last year's champion Willie Mack III. Johnson, fresh off playing in his first U.S. Open, makes an early eagle on 4 and then another birdie on 7 to get to 3 under. But 3 bogeys coming home and he shoots a 2 under 70. Mack, who won last year by 2 shots after firing a first round 63, couldn't repeat that round 1 magic. On a challenging day on the greens, he manages an even par round of 72. Deaf golfer and 7-time APGA winner Kevin Hall has always been an inspiration. The Ohio State grad, playing in his 5th The John Shippen, would make 5 birdies and 2 bogeys on his way to a 3 under 69. His family along for encouragement, and after a great round, a family photo. Howard University alums Greg Odom, Marcus Smith Jr., and Everett Whiten, who all played together in college, each held the lead at one point on day 1, but faltered coming down the stretch. Smith Jr. fires a 2 under 70, Odom and Whiten a pair of 69s.
It was a great day regardless of how I finished. I have a chance tomorrow, so I hit it well all day. Been hitting it good the past couple weeks, so just sticking to the process.
I just kept grinding. You know, I mean, I played pretty well on the front, so that kind of helped me on the backside, but just staying patient and just kept talking to my caddy, and that helped a lot. You can't win the golf tournament on the first day, but you can shoot yourself out of it on the first day. So I was just glad to keep it, you know, keep it chill, didn't do too much damage on the back nine, and just look forward to playing against my boys.
In the end, the first-round leader is a local favorite. Joe Hooks, who played high school golf at Detroit's Jesuit High and played his college golf just 15 minutes from the club at Wayne State, stayed patient all day. After a front nine 35, he made 4 birdies on the back, finishing at 4 under par and a one-shot lead. All along, the local legend fighting the natural temptation to think about what a win here might mean.
It's a blessing for the opportunity. Getting in Rocket would be incredible, but I got a lot of work to do tomorrow, so just stay patient and enjoy myself this evening, do everything the same, and see what happens tomorrow.
With 8 players within 2 shots of the lead, the final day promises to live up to the John Shippen legacy. Welcome back to the John Shippen, presented by Dow. Since the John Shippen National Invitational presented by Dow began in 2021, Dow has been an integral part of the women's tournament's continued growth and success.
They were the first one to come to the table with an exemption.
With Dow's support, the John Shippen National Invitational has seen over 30 different women compete in the event, with winners receiving multiple exemptions into LPGA events, including the Dow Championship.
The kind of support they give me, and they want nothing back just for me to get to my dreams. I think it's a great thing.
A lot of our players don't have the same relationships to be able to get sponsorship opportunities and packages. I mean, this is the only sport where you don't get a contract. You're literally an entrepreneur, and so it's been an amazing partnership over the 5 years.
The second and final round of the John Shippen National Invitational presented by Dow already comes with the requisite pressure of competing for such a prestigious title.
Let's have a great day out there. Good luck.
Throw in not 1, but 2 LPGA tournament exemptions, and the pressure gets even higher. Then add 20 to 30 mile-per-hour wind gusts on a challenging old-style golf course, and you have the recipe for a very difficult day.
Seems like I feel good. Come on, Dennis. It's okay.
Get out your head.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Get out your head. Y'all be fine.
First round leader Bailey Davis comes into the final round on the heels of a day 168 and a 4-shot lead. Davis, who qualified and played in the 2022 U.S. Women's Open and plans to turn professional later in the year, is looking to get back to the LPGA.
My first experience at the U.S. Open, I was super nervous. I'd never played an LPGA event, let alone a major. Getting more LPGA experience under my belt and playing at that level will just allow me to grow as I try to turn pro and get better in that aspect.
Repping White Plains, Maryland, and a Tennessee ball, please welcome Bailey Davis.
With her mother following along with every step, and her ailing father never far from her mind, she sets off. But in the winds, she begins to struggle. 2 bogeys in her first 3 holes, and her lead shrinks. 16-year-old Ashley Shaw doesn't seem fazed by much. The phenom birdies 2 of her first 3 holes to pull closer to Davis. And when Davis double bogeys the 5th hole, the 2 are tied. Zoe Slaughter, the first African-American to play women's golf at Texas A&M, also makes a charge. She cards 2 front 9 birdies to get within 1 of both Davis and Shaw. As the leaders make the turn, the conditions continue to deteriorate. In all, the field scoring average on the final day was almost 9 shots over par. Both Slaughter and Shaw struggle on the second 9. Once near the top of the leaderboard, Plum Hollow's treacherous greens get the best of both of them, and they fall out of contention. The only player finding her way is Anita Uwadia. The 2021 The John Shippen Invitational champion was grinding in the extreme conditions. After a first round 77 and playing well ahead of the leaders, Uwadia shoots an outstanding even par round of 71, gaining nearly 8 shots on the field. And with a par on the final hole, Uwadia finds herself only 4 behind the leader Davis.
I think when I saw the camera people on my hole, I was like, oh, maybe I am doing well, you know? If I win this tournament and I go to Dow, I'm just trying to get better as a person. Hopefully, we'll see, you know?
With her challengers fading in the blustery winds, Davis steps up and steadies herself on the back 9. A birdie at the par 4 15th gives her a little breathing room over the final stretch. Her lead back to 4 shots as she navigates the difficult day. Despite a final round 76, she holds on for a 4-shot victory. Her first round 68, the only one under par for the week.
Wonderful playing with you.
I'm so excited. I'm still an amateur right now, but as I continue my plans and hopefully I can turn professional, it just gives me more exposure and more experience playing against the best of the best.
The John Shippen Invitational is presented by Rocket. Own the dream. And by Dow, national partner of the John Shippen.
As the morning light spreads across Detroit Golf Club for the final round of the John Shippen Invitational presented by Rocket, the crew prepares the course for one of their own. Joe Hooks, who has played thousands of rounds here, comes into the final round with a 1-shot lead. 29-year-old Hooks may live in Scottsdale, Arizona now, but this city is truly where his heart is.
Home through and through for me. Everybody in the United States, if they don't know, they should know I'm from Detroit because that's, I rep it hard.
First off the tee for the 9:50 a.m. tee time. Locally grown, in the city, who put the world on wheels, repping Detroit, Michigan. Please welcome Joe Hooks.
With 8 players within 2 shots to start the day, it's going to take more than local knowledge and support for Hooks to bring home the title. The pack of chasers starts with appropriately named Chase Johnson, the 2023 winner who made the cut that year at the Rocket Classic, cards 3 birdies in his first 8 holes to get to 5 under, but never gets any closer and fades to a 1 under 71. South African Kieran Van Wyck joins the chase with 2 birdies of his own to get to 4 under, but he too fades under the blazing Detroit sun and finishes in 5th. Howard teammates Greg Odom and Marcus Smith Jr. both play well and put some pressure on Hooks, but neither get closer than 2 shots of the lead. That's all because Hooks gets off to a fast start of his own. Birdies at 1, 3, and 4, and he quickly moves to 7 under. With plenty of local support, he takes a 3-shot lead heading into the back 9. Kevin Hall, who turned professional in 2005, has been turning heads ever since with his inspirational journey. The first black golfer to play for Ohio State University and the first deaf golfer on the APGA did what he always does, play patient and precise golf. After a front 9 of 1 under, Hall birdies 10, 12, and 13 to get him to 7 under, and with Hooks' momentum stalling, they head to the par 5 14th tied.
Just think about all the experience that I've had in the past. I've been here before. So again, this is not anything that's new to me.
Hooks, in danger of losing his lead for the first time, finds himself 30 feet for birdie, with Hall sitting on a 10-footer for a birdie of his own. Hooks' remarkable birdie, followed by Hall's short miss, and his lead remains at 1.
I just had to make it. I thought Kevin was gonna make everything coming in, so I played with him enough and seeing him, kind of just scrap his way through. He knows what he has to do.
After another birdie at 16, the lead grows back to 2, and Team Hooks, who have been living and dying with every shot, are starting to feel good about their hometown hero and his chances.
Are you proud with the way Joe's performing today?
Oh, I'm proud, but it ain't over yet. Shoot, I know the game. My wife is back there. Oh. Her smile is bigger than mine.
I'm very excited about it, and it's overwhelming, really. It's really overwhelming, but I'm very thankful and grateful today.
And with yet another birdie at 17, it's starting to feel inevitable. A final par gives Hooks the round of the tournament with a 6 under 66. The emotions of years of the grind evident from his family, his friends, his community of supporters, and of course, from himself.
All the support in the world from everybody here, and a lot of personal relationships with the people that are here supporting me. So you can't write any better as far as I'm concerned.
With the victory, Hooks collects $20,000 and an exemption into the PGA Tour's Rocket Classic, where he missed the cut. Regardless, the opportunity to play in his first PGA Tour event in his hometown as the John Shippen champion is almost too impossible to be believed.
It's incredible. I'm so grateful for just the opportunity. One of the things I always said was like, once they announced this tournament was going to be here in Detroit and be here at Detroit Golf Club, I said, it'll probably be my first tour event. It's even more special to earn it this way.
Another chapter in the history of the John Shippen has been written, with 26 of the country's best black men and women golfers showcasing their talents on a national stage. Another opportunity to be seen and to compete at the game they all love.